Hello there, Kenobi. Right, welcome back. Return of the Nerd here again. Some exciting news to go over. Somebody on one of the UK Facebook groups, TVC groups, Alan A, managed to get hold of one of the new card backs and then flipped it over. And on the back, we've got a nice clear image of all of the next, well, I guess this will be the first wave in 2023. And we've got all 8 figures, and it's a very clear image. I'll just read them for you and then we'll go through each one. The first one is Admiral Piet. Now, I'm not sure if this is the Empire Strikes Back version or the ROTJ. It would make more sense if it was the ROTJ version because of the anniversary. But again, not sure. And isn't he called Captain Piet in Empire Strikes Back? But then he becomes, because his superiors forced, there's so many officers get force choked in that movie, and apology accepted, and then he becomes Admiral. Do not fail me now. Nobody wants to be an Admiral. The next one is, oh, thank God we got some Bad Batch figures. Yay! Hasbro, man, what's going on? Like, seriously? I got this guy, right? Such a long time ago now, I can't even remember. Like, it was back in, I don't know, like the first season seems like such a distant memory. And, you know, we've got Echo, and I've got Rekka, Tech, and all of them, and it's like, wow, now we have Hunter in the 3.75. Come on. So slow. Right. Looks good. My 3 favourites, by the way, will be Hunter, the Phase 2 Clone Trooper, and also Starkiller. Right, so the next one, let's move on quickly. So it'll be Cassian Andor. There's actually 2 Cassians in this wave, which... it's just, I don't know if that's a good idea. I think that they should have just stuck with the one, which is the original Cassian Andor, you know, like from the 2-pack with B2 Emo in the 6 inches. I think the Ferrix Cassian would have been a better choice, and just that other figure slot could have been used for another character. But we've got 2 Cassian Andors, and the Aldani one is... a lot of people have got gripe with that because the legs are completely wrong. Like, from the knee down, that's not how he looks. You know, they've basically taken the part of the mold from the hover tank driver. Which one is it? Migs and Din Djarin from Mandalorian Season 2, and basically stuck that on there and then sprayed it and said, look, here are his boots. But it's not accurate, really. So I've got reservations about that figure. I hope the card backs are nice. That's all I can say. Because again, you know, with TVC, it's not just about the figures. It's about the whole set. It's the figure and the bubble and the package, the graphics on the front and the peel box, and you know, like that whole experience for TVC collectors. It's not just about the figure. We've got the Phase 2 Clone Trooper. So this one looks quite good. Some people have been saying that it's an updated mold. Not sure about that, because on the other one, previous versions, they were saying that there was something really dodgy about the hips and the legs were too skinny and it just didn't look good. This one looks pretty good, but these are just pictures. You know, we've got to, I mean, they're just 3D rendered pictures. So I want to see, again, I want to see Hasbro Pulse Emily actually have it in her hand and it's like in front of her. I want to see what it really looks like. Cassian Andor again, Velsatha, we've mentioned her many times before, and then the Scout Trooper. So I was a little bit worried. I was like, wait a minute, we're getting too many. Didn't we just have news of we had the Bunker diorama, and we also had the speeder bike, and now he's going to be in that way. But isn't that too many biker Scout related products? But then of course, and then I was like, oh no, wait, no, reverse, wait. The Bunker doesn't come with the Biker Scout. The Bunker comes with Captain Rex. So he's actually like he's a Stormtrooper in disguise. So I think that's okay. That's acceptable. Yeah, so the Scout Trooper will be available because he's coming. There's the Biker Scout vehicle coming up soon. So I'm guessing this one will be kind of it's just going to be the same, right? As in the box. I don't know. Today I thought I would show everybody my Biker Scout from way back, 1983. Return of the Jedi, not Return of the Nerd. How dare I use that name? Copyright, Return of the Jedi. This is my, look, oh, my bubble's in good condition. I think like when I was getting a bit older, I decided not to just rip them completely off, and I would like just open a little bit and then try and wangle, you know, and pull that figure out so it didn't do too much damage. On the back it's the same, it's like a 65 card back, and then the Ewoks are all like blacked out, these two down here, and then you get a special offer, you can get free Nien Num, which is weird because I never had to do that. I just walked into a shop and just bought Nien Num. He was on the peg, so, but that's cool. And here's the figure, here he is. Isn't he beautiful? It's just a little bit of yellowing on the limbs, you know, because he's 40 years old. And I've got the weapon as well. 5 points of articulation. His weapon is like, looks good. Oh my god, how can I even get... I'll put it on my bald head here, look. His weapon looks good, but just does not fit in his hand. I remember being a kid and going, like, this doesn't work. I can't put his pew-pew in his fingers. It just falls out. But... and it doesn't have, I know like with a lot of other versions of the 3.75 and also the Black Series, like you can slot this into his ankle. He's got the ankle holster, which is pretty cool. That's like the one feature that I really like about the Biker Scout, is he can do that. So yeah, that's a blast from the past. And so this new clone trooper, I'm going to read some comments. Let me just open this up because as soon as this was posted on social media, like Bosk's Bounty and Yak Face, you know, all the usual suspects, like people immediately want to share their opinion, and some people are like really like excited about it, and some people are like, oh my god, no, no, no. So give me a moment.
10 years later.
Okay, so it seems like people are really happy with the Star Killer because it's a very, very popular character and it hasn't been released in a long time, but it is a repack, okay? So someone's saying here that, yes, this is the single best example of a character that needs ball-jointed hips. I have thought so from the moment I opened him back in 2012. So yeah, this is like a straight re-release of that 2012 card back. And yeah, again, when people were talking about the hips on, you know, the articulation, it's like, it's not an updated mold. I'm pretty sure the Star Killer came out again in the Black Series. Again, like when the Black Series first started, they wanted to like amalgamate like all the scales together, and they had those really dodgy card backs again with the bubbles that would just slide off. I'm pretty sure that the Star Killer was released on those Black Series card backs as well. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. Somebody else mentions, finally, that Clone Trooper is an entirely new sculpt and is based on the live-action clone armor from Andor. That's an interesting comment because I have mentioned that in the flashback scene, there's the... we have the Dark Times Imperial officer, the guy with the mustache, and he's up for sale right now, isn't he, as part of the Andor Black Series line. And we're thinking, well, if you're going to sell him, then can we have some clone troopers to go with him? A squad of clone troopers, because they're on Ferrix, and it seems like they are not welcome, and they do some pretty nasty things to the locals. Andor like really hates them because I think they executed his stepfather, right? So that was like kind of a sad moment in the Andor story arc, talking about his family. And I hope that we're going to get these Phase 2 clone troopers in the Black Series line as well. I mean, I know there's the helmet's coming up, right? The helmet's already been promoted, so it would make sense. The next person says, I'm going to buy an unsavory amount of clone troopers. So there's going to be some hardcore army building going on there. But then again, I don't know, like, is that even possible? Because, you know, the way Hasbro fill their cases, so it's always a mixed wave. They'll probably just put like, I don't know how many clone troopers are going to be in one case, probably 2. How are you going to army build? And then when you go into a store, you know, even with some stores, like they separate all the characters out and put them on the pegs, and you go in there and you're like, wow, look, they've got 20 Phase 2 clone troopers, and then there's a sign that says 2 per customer, you know, maximum, you can only buy 2. So, Alright, moving on. Next person says, I'm looking forward to Piet and the new clone, but still frustrated with the laziness put into Andor's inaccurate legs. Yes, I agree with that. People may think they are excited for the third run of that Starkiller. So actually, this is the third time, yes. Until they realize just how outdated the sculpt and articulation is. Okay, that's a really good comment. Okay, last one I'm going to read out. It says, the clone and Piet I'm excited for, but this same Starkiller sculpt again? They can't even at least update the hips and ankles. They already showed they are willing to update ancient sculpts. But they're still re-releasing garbage at that new MRSP. So some people are a little bit like peeved about that new high price point. It says, knowing Hasbro, by the time we see these, MRSP will be $20+ US dollars too. What a joke. So, but there's an element of truth in that though, seriously.
$1 million.
So I was trying to figure out, like, in the TVC, have we ever had a Phase 2 clone trooper before? I mean, I know that we've been getting the ARC troopers lately, but that's not really the same thing, is it? I mean, the ARC troopers, like, for example, this guy here, he has the Phase 2 helmet, right? Doesn't he? Isn't that the same thing? But obviously with the pauldrons and all the extra gear and ammo and stuff, it's not really the same. So it'd be nice if they do get that, then they'll be able to paint it different colors, and we'll be able to get all the different, you know, regiments and platoons and all the different legions. But yeah, I hope the mold is good as well. And does it have a removable helmet? I mean, it'd be good if it does have a removable helmet, because we've had some pretty cool clone troopers before in 3.75, and they've had removable helmets. So yeah, I just, like, with some figures, I always like, this must have soft goods or I'm not buying it. And then with other things, like the clone troopers, and I'm like, this must have a removable helmet or I refuse to buy it. Yeah, I was just going through, like, Google, and I was doing some research. I was like, yeah, we had the Attack of the Clones, we had the Phase 1 clone trooper from the Geonosis battle, we've had Revenge of the Sith. That figure of Revenge of the Sith, is that a Phase 2 clone trooper? Alright, you guys can help me in the comment section, because, like, again, I'm kind of new to TVC. I just started collecting about, like, a few months ago, and I'm trying to get into it more and more. And then we had some, like, really cool news that a picture went up again on Facebook. Usually, like, when you get new images, they're usually released on Instagram, right? But, like, this week I found that it's, like, from a lot of the Facebook people have been, like, the first to, like, with their finger on the pulse. There's a guy in Singapore and a guy in Hong Kong, and they've even got the 6-inch Biker Scout on the card back for the Return of the Jedi anniversary, and they've also got the TVC, the Biker Scout with the vehicle. So it's like, wow, these things are definitely coming. And it's like, I can feel it, I can smell them, it's so close. It's like, hurry up. And I keep checking my lists every day for the wholesalers, and there's nothing new. It's all old stuff, and I'm like, pass. Come on, just give me some of those new releases. Right, if you're new to Black Series collecting, then you should already know that we've... well, maybe you don't. I mean, like, yeah, we've had the Biker Scout in the archive on the card back, which is really hard to find. And then recently we had a lot of Biker Scouts, because that character is part of the Jedi Fallen Order, the video game. So we just keep getting him with the Electro stuff. And then, I mean, he came out in, first was the, let me jog my memory, Blue Line. There was the vehicle, the speeder bike. That was really awesome. And also the Mandalorian, you know, that last episode in season 1, the Biker Scout, like, punches Grogu. I can't believe he did that. It's just like, just punches him, like, in the face. Why we did that was so inappropriate. It's like smacking him in the head. And yeah, and it's got, that one I like a lot. Probably, I think that's my favorite one. So yeah, now we've got both scales. You know, you can get speeder bikes. Oh, and by the way, I just wanted to show, there's an excuse for me to pick this up. Wait a minute. That's not a speeder bike. This is a speeder bike. This one's the 12-inch version from The Power of the Force. Oh man, look at the size of this thing. Gonna need a bigger boat. Gonna need a bigger man cave. Oh, my man cave cannot cope at the moment. Right, and then finally, here are some Christmas images. of the holiday season Black Series figures, and I can't remember. I got them from Facebook, and I'm so sorry, I apologize. I was like so like happy to like, I was like, oh wow, cool, so someone's actually made some really cool pictures with the holiday figures. And then after like saving them and putting them in the folder, I was like, definitely need to talk about that and mention them in my video. And then I completely forgot who took the damn picture, like, and who posted it. So I'm so sorry. If you know who it was, please tell me, and I'll like give them a mention in my next video, and I'll put their name up in the description, okay? So I love these pictures so much, you know. And my favorite one is the Clone Trooper. On closer inspection, I realized he's actually Gingerbread Man. He's a kind of poop color. Anyhow, he's the poop hanky. He's like a Mr. Hanky clone poop trooper. But I think this one's so cute. I really want these. Come on, Taiwan. Oh, we never get these holiday. I'm just going to keep moaning and complaining until someone in Taiwan listens to me, and then they finally go, Gary, shut up. Okay, if you shut up, we promise to get the holiday figures. I'm just going to keep moaning. That usually works.
Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, and the other really big news this week is, like, I'm not sure if this is 100%, but did Dockside Toys just, like, collapse? Yeah, it seems like I saw, like, someone mentioning about the company went bankrupt, and some of my customers were saying to me, I just lost some money. And I was like, why? What happened? They were like, oh, yeah, Dockside went under, and I had a load of figures that they were supposed to ship out to me, and I'm not getting them anymore, and I've lost a lot of money. And some people were like quite pissed. I don't know what the repercussions are, how this is gonna affect the market. I mean, it's good for me. I don't know, I mean, I'm sorry, that sounds really bad, but it is good for me, because I always keep saying, like, this pre-order system doesn't work, and these companies are too big. They always bite off more than they can chew. You know, they're trying to sell every single toy line under the sun, like Funko, He-Man, Transformers, everything. They're trying to do kids' toys, adult collectibles. They throw it all together, and it's like, how can you even control your cash flow with that many different lines, and like, let alone, you know, maintain customer service. The customer service when it comes to selling collectibles to adults is like a totally different ball game. I mean, you need to be like out there on the front line talking to your customers every single day. And yes, if you're the boss and you have, that's why I really think that like the business model that I'm running here, just be small. And I'm just focusing on Hasbro Star Wars, and that's it. I'm not interested in any of the other toy lines, because to be honest, that's not my expertise. So I know Star Wars like the back of my hand, because I've been collecting them since I was a kid, you know, since Canon. I've been, you know, so it's like, for me, it just seems like it's the right thing to do. But I don't want to. People keep saying to me, can you get the He-Man figures? Can you get the new Indiana Jones figures? And I'm like, I don't really want to. Because, again, it's like, it's kind of risky for me to do that, right? I want to just, like, build my base, my foundation, and get that really strong first, and then grow gradually. There's no rush. You know, I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing it because I'm already an old man, and I'm semi-retired, and I enjoy this. This is, like, brings me a lot of pleasure. So, yeah, but that's, like, kind of weird news. Dockside Toys is gone. So what we got left? We got, I mean, also we got Hasbro Pulse, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toys, and then you've got like lots of little smaller ones. Let's just see what happens in 2023. It's going to be an interesting year. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe and share with your friends, okay? And I'll see you in the next one. I'm making like 3-4 videos a week now. It's like full on light speed.
The Death Star plans are not in the main computer.